In this video, I will explain what entanglement is and how you could be unconsciously bound with the fate of an ancestor or a family member. This is particularly important for people who are experiencing extremely heavy emotions, where they do not know their origin, or are displaying behaviors which are difficult or puzzling for them and they cannot shake them off. I'm Anna. I'm a conscious connection coach, helping sensitive people heal their past and step into their flow and purpose. The reason why I'm doing this video is that often when we're struggling with an issue, whether it is low self-worth or something else, we assume that we ourselves are the cause of this issue. So in this video, I will show you that you need to look deeper. We're individuals, but we're also embedded in a family system and are subject to its dynamics. Being part of a family system makes us loyal to our ancestors, often in unconscious ways. We unconsciously carry the unprocessed wounds, family secrets, or guilt that has not been taken care of or acknowledged. We unconsciously feel bound to the fate of those who have been excluded from this family system, but who have a right to belong to it. In this video, I will specifically look at the dynamic of entanglement, where a person, possibly you, is carrying completely unconsciously the heavy fate of someone else within the family system. This could be an ancestor or a former partner of a parent or grandparent, or even a person in your generation, a sibling or half-sibling, whose existence has not been acknowledged or who has been excluded. Just to emphasize, you do not need to actually know this person that you are connected to or entangled with. They might have even died before you were born, or their very existence may have been kept secret. So let me illustrate this with a couple of stories. The first is entanglement as a result of an exclusion within the family system. A lady, let's call her Hilda, is suffering from bouts of depression and has the feeling that she cannot find her place in life. The family constellation begins with representing her immediate family of origin, namely representatives for herself, her younger brother, and her parents. From the very beginning of the constellation, everybody feels down and a little absent. All feel far away from each other and disconnected. The representatives of the mother and Hilda are staring at the same spot on the floor. Upon further questioning, it is revealed that there was a stillborn child before Hilda was born. So in fact, Hilda is one of 3 children, not one of 2, as she had originally mentioned. Here is a case of unconscious exclusion of someone who has the right to belong to the family system, quite likely caused by the great pain that the parents experienced with the loss of this child. The constellation reveals how closely linked Hilda is with the stillborn child. She would like to take over the fate of that child. She would give her life for her older sister to have lived. Hilda is asked to say this, but the representative of the deceased sister is very clear that she carries her own fate and does not want Hilda to be sacrificing her life. The sister asks for Hilda to give her a place in her heart and to leave her fate with her. It was her fate to die at birth and Hilda's fate to live on. Hilda is able to hear this and give her deceased sibling her rightful place as the oldest child. She is relieved to hear that the sister wants nothing more than for Hilda to live her life to the full. So it is as if a great weight falls off the shoulders of Hilda. In this case, Hilda is not the oldest child, which she had always somehow thought herself to be. So now in the constellation, she's able to take her rightful place as child number 2. And that feels very appropriate for her. So when the existence of a brother, a sister, or half-brother or half-sister is not acknowledged due to their early death or for any other reason, this has the effect of one or more siblings feeling subconscious loyalty to the excluded sibling, causing them not to have a happy or healthy life until the excluded sibling is reintegrated into the family. We move now to another example of entanglement. Entanglement with the unprocessed trauma of an ancestor. Maria, a fictitious name, has depressive traits that weigh on her more and more heavily. She's a mother and a grandmother. She would like to be more happy and fulfilled in life and does not know where the depression stems from. In a constellation, it is revealed that Maria is bound up with the fate of her paternal grandfather. The grandfather had taken part in the Second World War and lost many friends as a soldier. He felt very guilty for surviving the war, whilst his friends didn't. He had not been able to deal with this huge trauma he had carried and had hardly spoken about the war. Maria had no details about her grandfather's involvement in the war. Only that he returned from the front completely changed, and she had only known him as a very quiet and withdrawn man. The fallen friends are represented in the constellation as well as the grandfather. All of his attention is on them. He is not present for his family. His urge is to follow his friends in death. The friends are represented lying down as deceased, and the representative of the grandfather also has the urge to lie down next to them. The representatives of the fallen friends do not understand his urge to join them. They have peace with their fate and are happy for the grandfather that he had survived and had continued his line. Maria is able to witness this whole dynamic and is relieved to leave the fate of her grandfather with him. She had unconsciously carried it for him and is now ready to move on with her life, carrying only her fate. So, how could you inquire if you are unconsciously entangled with an ancestor or someone from your family system who has been excluded for any reason? Ask yourself the question, does what I am struggling with make sense in the context of my circumstances, including my own childhood? If that is not the case, sense into the question. Do you feel strongly connected with someone in your family system? Often drawing the family tree helps. Do that and observe your own bodily and emotional reactions as you draw. That may give you some clues. If you'd like to join a group coaching call where we do family constellations together to learn more about these dynamics and how they play out in our lives, please get in touch. We can put all the puzzle pieces together. Thank you for watching.